And welcome here, ladies and gentlemen, for this U15 matchup at the Pictou County Wellness Center between the Gulls and the Bombers. Puck drop for the first period here is about to be underway. A high-placing matchup, Gulls coming into this game in first place of the U15 Major League. Bombers sitting at third with a 10-point differential between these two teams. Puck drop for the first period, about to be underway. And here we go. A battle for it at the line. The Gulls will get it back early. Greenwood moving it. Intercepted there, trying to push through. Little couldn't get there. It's back. Grace flipping that one over, and it'll fly high into the glass. Chasing after it. Bowden trying to get there. Back to Little. Little into the corner, plays it up to Anderson. Anderson along the boards. Nice move there. Circling back, looking for an option. Gets it up to McDaniel over. Grace is there. He'll cut back. Playing it in. And Anderson can't get the shot off. Flipped over his stick. He'll play it in deep. Bowden looking for an option. Tries to play it in front. Poked away there by Rogerson. Now in the corner, battling for it. Noel's in there. Up for Sears. Sears looking for an option, trying to get this one out. It'll go down the length of the ice. McDaniel racing back for it. He'll leave it for Grace. Grace firing that one up. Bowden tipping it in, and the Bombers will get some fresh legs out there. Trying to lay the body there, Miller. Now back over, Gulls breaking out. Douglas with it. He'll play it up into the Bombers zone. Hit off there. And we're going to get a penalty, it seems. Interference call. It'll go against Little. And the Gulls will get an early power play. So Elijah Little heads to the box for interference. Cranston will take the draw here against McDonald in the Bombers zone. And we'll have to redo that draw there. Not sure what's going on here now. Ref coming over to talk to the Bombers bench. And it looks like they'll get another penalty. I'm not sure what this one's for. So now a 5-on-3 for the Gulls opening up here. Swain heads over there to cover this penalty. I'm not sure what this is being called as. I'll update you guys as I find out here what that call was. Draw here. Gulls will get it. Up to the line. Greenwood moving it. Back to Greenwood. Looking for an option, a shot on, and a save there from Gillis.
Bombers penalty number 11, Little, 2 minutes for interference. Second penalty, 1:13 in the first period. Bombers penalty, bench penalty, serve number 5, that's 2 minutes.
So on sportsmanlike conduct penalty, I'm not sure who was talking there as Greenwood brings it into the corner. Greenwood looking for an option, has Anderson on his tail. He'll circle around, up to the line. Cranston, a shot on. Tipped in front there by Grace, and it'll go high. So it looks like it was called against the bench. I'm not sure if one of the players or one of the coaches said something, but the ref didn't like it, and he'll call that one down. An interesting penalty to start off the game here. As it goes up to the line, trying to play it in. Gulls looking to set something up here. Cranston off the boards, plays it into Douglas. Can't get that pass. Grace will try and clear, kept in. Thrown over by Sears into the slot. Douglas can't get a stick on it. He'll recover, and he scores! Douglas makes it 1-0 for the Gulls on the 5-on-3. Up by 1 early here. And we'll go back to 5-on-4 now, as the Gulls have it in their zones. Wicker couldn't get a stick on it. McDonald will play it back, let the Bombers regroup here as they are still on a penalty kill. Thrown up and down the ice into the Gulls zone. Noel picking it up behind his own net. Noel playing that one over. Zwicker, nice move there to get around Bowden. He'll bring it into the Bombers' end. Pelham back to Zwicker, playing it off the boards. Pelham trying to keep this one in. He'll cut it back for Jollymore. Jollymore over, and that pass is intercepted. Bowden will throw it down to the Gull zone under Rogerson. Zwicker with the puck here, taking his time. 30 seconds left on the Gulls power play. Intercepted there, move to Grace. Grace, a nice move. He'll walk into the slot, shot on. Blocked in front, a big block from Noel. Grace still with it, he'll play it back. And that one's thrown down the length of the ice by Cohen Little. In deep, Ross battling for it. Sears will come in and try and take it. Being held on the boards there by Little. Ross pushing, couldn't get that one. Greenwood looking for an option, throws it to Douglas, a nice pass there, intercepted and thrown away by Cormier. Little bringing it into the Gulls' end, nice move there, he's still with it. Broken up off that play in the slot there, and a big hit into the boards, no call on this play. Gulls trying to break this one out. Sears playing it off the boards. It's back for McDaniel. McDaniel playing it in for McIntosh, and he'll dump this one in. Down behind the net. Gulls breaking out of the zone, now kept in by McIntosh. He'll play it in deep. Back to McIntosh, trying to reach that one a little too far from his stick. He'll play it into the boards. Grace keeping that one in. Down in deep. Gulls still trying to break out here. Bombers hemming them in as McIntosh goes down there. Up to the line, McDaniel using the boards to get it around. Grace will pinch for it. Still battling. Frazier at the line. He'll keep it in for the Bombers. Jollymore moving that one. And it's flipped out, racing for it. Grace will get back first. Almost loses a tire there. Takes behind his net. Still getting some pressure there from Levy. Played down, intercepted by Zwicker. Trying to get that one. Kennedy gets it over. Big hit on the boards there. Bombers trying to get this one as Anderson throws it in. And now we're going to get another penalty here for hooking. And it'll be against Jollymore. So Bombers will now head to the power play. An opportunity to tie things up with 10:03 left in the first period. Little trying to win that one back, he will. McDonald gets it up to Grace. Grace playing it over Anderson. Looking for an option, he'll shoot, excuse me. And that one goes around the boards, back into the Bombers' end. Gillis playing it off for Grace. Grace pushing in at it. He'll flip it back around and go back up to the line. Connor Grace skating his way in. Nice play over. Cohen Little trying to play it in. Grace trying to reach that one. And it's back up to McDonald at the line. Back down in Grace. In up high for Little. A shot on and a pad save there from Rogerson. Trying to keep it in. Little, a nice move there. Over to Grace. Intercepted as Greenwood pokes it out to the neutral. McDonald is back for it. Little. With this one, he'll move around. Little. Cutting back, gives it to McDonald. Cormier, a shot on. And it's blocked in front and covered up there by Rogerson. Just 57 seconds left on this Bombers power play. They'll get some fresh legs out there. McIntosh, Swain, and Miller heading out for the forward lineup. Cormier will stay out, and Ross will go out there as well now. Draw here in the Gulls zone. One back by the Gulls. Greenwood using the glass to try and get this one out. McIntosh will keep it in. Playing it down in. Behind, Greenwood's there. He'll play it off the glass and clears it for the Gulls. Cormier. Taking a moment behind his net. He'll start to bring it in. Nice move there. Cormier still with it. Walks in deep, trying to get around. A shot on. And that one almost sneaks in there. Kept out by Rogerson. McIntosh playing it up the boards, and it's clear there by Zwicker. Cormier moving this one to Swain. Swain flipping that up. McIntosh avoids the hit there, racing for it. He'll bring it back. Has Pelham on his tail. As Swain comes in to help, he'll pick it up. Isaac Swain trying to move this one through, intercepted by Pelham. Moves it in for Cranston, intercepted. Ross trying to push it through. Pelham playing that to Cranston, who had a chance there. It's kept out. Again, bringing it into the slot, shot on, and hits it off the post there. A close chance. Still battling. Reed trying to play it up to the line. Sears is there. He'll move it in. It's off for Anderson. Anderson flipping it up high into the Gulls zone. Moving around the back of the net into the corner, up to the line for Whittemore. Nice move there. He'll play it back in deep. Frazier getting his stick on it. Sears with it. Gulls now in their own zone, looking for an option. Sears hands it back. Intercepted there by McDonald as DeFore battles for it. And it's flipped in by Whittemore. Kennedy racing back for it. He'll play it around to DeFore. And it's moved out to the neutral. Whittemore picking it up for the Bombers. Flipping it back in. Miller, a nice play over to McDonald there. 2-on-1. McDonald over to Anderson, a shot on. And it stays out off the crossbar on the wide open net. A heartbreaker there for Anderson. He couldn't bury that one. Now Douglas the other way. He'll dump it in on. And it's covered up there by Gillis, who stops this play. What a close chance. A nice tip play there by Miller to set up McDonald and Anderson on the 2-on-1. McDonald saucered it over, and Anderson just flipped it a little too high. Goes off the crossbar. Zwicker trying to get a shot on, blocked by Cormier. Douglas moving it up to the line. Noel keeping it in. Douglas over, and Zwicker can't get a shot off. Matatel picks it up. Off for Cormier, trying to poke it through. Noel keeping it in. Cormier's there. He'll flip it up into the neutral. Greenwood's back for it. Thrown in by Jollymore. Gillis playing that one around the boards. Jollymore's there to intercept. In the corner now, avoiding the hit. Plays it in front, a shot on. And a save there from Gillis. .5:44 left here in this first period as we set up to the left of Sean Gillis in the Bombers zone. Trying to win this one back. Gulls get it up to the line. Kennedy playing that one over. And it's thrown in by McKinnon. Down in deep, Bombers putting on the pressure, trying to gain possession here. And this one will slip out to the neutral. Ivy battling for it. Or Levy, excuse me. Kennedy's back. Trying to get the pass off. poked there. A big hit from Anderson. Now going the other way. Levy hit off that one. And we'll get a stoppage in play. We'll go back down into the Gulls' end here. Little trying to get it back. Cranston will. Offered to 4. Moves it to Sears. Sears. Cannon tips that one in. Still be icing. Back in the Gulls zone now. Cranston against Little again for the draw. Little will get it back this time, but goes a little too far past. McDaniel will have to go back to the neutral. McDaniel battling for this one. Gannon gets his stick in there, but it's flipped up. Isaac Swain trying to push through. He'll take Sears down with him. Flipped up in, turned over to Greenwood. Greenwood dumping this one into the Bomber zone. McDaniel back for it. He'll move that one around for Grace. Grace moving it to Anderson. Trying to poke it by. Grace will grab it. And a nice defensive play there by Cranston. Now he'll turn the other way. Split in the D. Cranston's in. A shot. And a big save from Sean Gillis. Sears now playing it into the slot. Intercepted there. Cranston grabbing it. He'll cut back in. A shot. And it's covered up again. Gillis making the save. Rogerson keeping the Bombers from getting any in so far, although there has been a couple nice chances. Gulls still with the lead. Whittemore playing that around, intercepted. Bowden's back for it. He'll try and play it out as Cormier grabs it for him. He'll take it back into his own zone. Cormier cutting, looking for an option, flips it up off the boards. Bowden's there. Couldn't get the pass. Douglas hit mid-ice there. Now Ross the other way. Ross playing it over, a shot on, and he scores! Ty Bowden. The Bombers will tie things up. A great mid-ice hit leads to Ross and Bowden going on the 2-on-1, their second 2-on-1 of this game. Ross flips it over to Bowden and he'll throw it home, tying things up for the Bombers. Cormier, so the Bombers get it off the draw here, move to Whittemore. Passing it back to Cormier. He'll play it up for Bowden. Try and tip that round. Henneberry, a nice hit there. As Greenwood gets it, trying to play this one out. Intercepted by Reed. He'll try and lay the body. Moved out, going the other way. Jollymore, he'll flip it in. Whittemore, stretch pass up. And as Bowden tried to tip that one in, he was hit there by a Gulls player. Bombers looking for an interference call. It looks like they won't get it. Draw here in the Bombers zone now.
Come on, ref, wake it up.
Now the ref will come over and have a talk here with Morgan Peters. And we'll resume play. Bombers win it back in their own zone. Cormier getting in. He'll try and flip it out. Now going the other way. Bowden's tripped up. We're going to get a penalty here and a 2-on-1. Reed, Ross, a shot on, and a big glove save there from Rogerson. And now we'll get a tripping call here against Kennedy. As Ty Bowden keeps getting the physicality against him, it'll result in a penalty for the opposing team. And now they'll set up in the goal zone. Levy getting that draw back. Gulls trying to play this one out. Levy flipping that one on the backhand down into the Bomber zone. Just under 3 minutes left to go here in the first frame. Grace. Moving that one out. Grace with some speed. Brings it across blue. He'll cut it back for McDonald. McDonald into the slot. Plays it over. Shot on. Rebound still alive in front. And it'll get covered up there as Rogerson lays down on that one and stops the play with 2:36 left to go.
Gulls penalty number 7, Paxton Kennedy. 2 minutes for tripping. Counter penalty, 12:55, first period.
Draw here, back in the Gulls zone. Ty Bowden pushing through, a shot on. And it's covered up there. Pushing for it, cleared out there to the neutral. McDonald keeps it in his possession, however, hands it off for Grace. Grace moving that one. Anderson now. Anderson taking his time, back for Grace at the line. He'll play it back to Anderson. In deep for Little. Little will circle up, trying to pass this one, gets it back. And it's back up for Grace. Anderson, a nice move there. He'll circle. Cuts back. Gets it over to McDonald. A shot on. Rebounds alive. McDonald racing for it, and he can't keep that one in. Bombers still in possession. 43 seconds left on their power play. Grace, a couple nice moves there. Trying to bring this one in. A shot on. And a glove save from Rogerson. Draw here back in the Gulls zone. 1:38 left here in this period. Miller trying to win this one back, tied up. And Greenwood gets it, fans on the clear. Still in possession here. McIntosh pushing for it. Greenwood gets it up. Cormier keeping it in. Cormier playing it over. Whittemore, shot on. Tries to get it over. Frazier. Cormier back to Frazier. Frazier walking in, a nice move into the slot there, plays it in, rebounds alive. Miller couldn't tap it in, and the Gulls throw it into their own bench there. Draw here again, Gulls zone, 1:07 left in play. Gulls win it back, and they'll clear it out there. Gillis out of his net, handing it off. Cormier, stretch pass up to McIntosh, who tips it in. He's brought down there. Bombers looking for a penalty. And there won't be one. Draw here again in the Gulls zone. We are back to 5-on-5. Little trying to win this one back. It's down and deep for Kennedy. Moving that one to 4, trying to play it up for Gannon. Almost kept in there. Sears pokes it out. Back for Cranston. Playing it off the boards to Gannon. As that one's tipped in, Grace grabbing it. Round for McDaniel. McDaniel up to Little, intercepted there. Cranston moving in, trying to play this one over. And a nice defensive play there by Grace to shut that one down. Anderson now trying to flip that one in. Kennedy's there. He'll push it past. Cranston grabbing. Up for Sears. Kept in. Anderson gets it back to Cormier with just 10 seconds left to go here. Little flipping it down. Kennedy's there. He'll move that one. And that'll be the end of the first period. Things are tied up 1-1. Shots 13-6 for the Bombers. We'll take a short break here. Then we'll be back in just a moment with the second period. And welcome back here, folks. Second period about to be underway. We're tied up 1-1. The first place team versus the third. A close matchup thus far as we head into the second. Bombers win it back, but Zwicker pushes it in. Getting it back, Whittemore. Whittemore flipping it off the boards, pushing it through. McDonald has McIntosh with him. McDonald, a shot on, and that one goes high. Kept in by Cormier at the line. He'll flip that one down. McIntosh moves it in deep for Miller. Miller in the slot, and a good setup there. McDonald couldn't get the shot off, Kept in by Cormier. He'll lose that one, and it's flipped out to the neutral there. Whittemore playing it back in. Intercepted. McDonald throwing it back in on Rogerson. He'll play it off. Henneberry moving that around. Greenwood looking for an option. Moves that up. And it's taken by Zwicker. Taken back by Jollymore as they battle for it in the neutral. Jollymore dumps it into the Bombers' end. McDaniel playing that one up. Frazier there. He'll bring it in now. A shot on. Blocked by Noel. Levy couldn't get that one. He'll cut back for it as he gives it off for McKinnon, trying to push for it. A couple bodies go down there as Frazier brings it in. Off for Bowden. Bowden still trying to get it here. Flipped back, Ross. A nice move there, and he's taken off his stick. Noel playing it around. Kept it at the line by Grace with a shot. And a blocker save there. Ross with it. Into the slot again. Rebound still alive. Rogerson keeps pushing it out. Levy couldn't get that one out. Bowden racing for it. Zwicker's there. He'll play it up for McKinnon. Moves that one over. Grace couldn't get a stick on it, but he'll get it now. A nice play there by the Bombers. Grace moving it in. Into the slot for Bowden. And that one flips to the other side. Reed couldn't get that one, McKinnon there, trying to flip it out. Nordine's there. Now he'll play it in. Levy dumping that in as he's hit off that one by Anderson. Cormier, nice move there. Trying to get some space, moves it to Reed, and that'll be offside against the Bombers. Bombers flipping the narrative here in the second half of the first and the first little bit of this period. Now they're hemming the Gulls in. As the draws one back, Manitou moving it over. Played in deep to the Gulls zone. Greenwood getting back. He'll move it to the 4. Intercepted there. Cohen Little battling for it along the boards. Greenwood will come out with it. Greenwood loses some footing there. No call in this play as it's moved over. Sears. We'll lose that one. Little trying to push at it. It's back for Anderson. He'll play it in. Little still battling for it. Gulls doing a good job of keeping the Bombers out of the danger zone. Grace. Manital dumping that one in. Into the corner. Anderson. He'll get there. Tries to play it into the slot for Little. Intercepted. Sears playing it out the other way. Cannon getting that back. Whittemore's there to Grace. A shot on from far. And it's covered up by Rogerson.
That's pretty low, that one, basket.
So now another draw in the Gulls zone as the Bombers try and set up and take their first lead of the game. Push through by Douglas. Now he'll go the other way. Douglas has Zwicker with him. He'll walk around Whittemore. A shot on. And a big save there from Sean Gillis. So now the draw here in the Bomber zone. 16:24 left to go. Gulls get it. Zwicker, the shot on, tipped in front. And a pad save. Back up to Douglas in the slot. Another shot, and that one will flip in. Douglas will regain the lead for the Gulls. Gillis made the initial save there, but it flipped down past his pad and rolled in. Douglas getting that one. 2-1 Gulls. As they did a great job to keep the Bombers away out of their zone. They turn things around and get one. Kennedy moving that one to Douglas. Trying to flip it through. He'll play it down in deep to the Bombers' end. Manital moving that one up. Trying to get it out. Jollymore's there to Douglas in the slot. Hit off that one by McIntosh. Now Cormier the other way. He's got Miller with him. Cormier. Nice move there. Plays it into the slot. No one was there. Douglas intercepts. Now going the other way. Zwicker. Trying to get around Manital. He'll take a shot on. And a glove save there from Sean Gillis. He'll play this one. Manital couldn't get the pass off there. Levy gets it to Pelham. Intercepted there by Cormier. He'll flip it out to Miller. Miller. Pass over to McIntosh. He'll get it off the boards. McIntosh brings it in. A couple nice moves, and he couldn't get his stick down there. Now Greenwood the other way. A shot on, and a blocker save. Levy picking up the rebound, moves it back in deep. McKinnon up to the line. Noel shot on, blocked there by McIntosh. He'll dump it in. Pelham in deep. Hit there by McDaniel. Levy will come in for assistance. Noel. Greenwood. Another shot into the slot. Rebound's alive, and it's covered up there by Gillis. Both teams will get some fresh legs out there. Gulls getting back in on the shot counter. They were down to 6 just minutes ago. Now up to 11. As they pepper the Bombers here. Gulls win it back, up to the line. Greenwood plays it in. Cannon couldn't get the pass there. It'll go up. Noel playing it back in deep. Sears. Now the other way, intercepted by Greenwood. Plays it over for Sears, and he can't reach that one. Up to the line. Now Swain intercepts. Isaac Swain going the other way. He'll dump it in. Kept in at the line by Grace. Shot on, blocked by Sears, and it'll flip out. Back for Cormier. Cormier moving around the board. Sears is there. Greenwood keeping it in, but it's picked up by Cormier. Cormier. Pass blocked there by the couple bodies down. Greenwood. Moving it. Sears a shot on and a glove save. Draw here in the Bombers zone. Trying to push for it. Gulls get it. Zwicker into the slot, shot on, and a save there as Douglas almost gets another. Now Bowden bringing it through, getting it past Kennedy. Deep into the Gulls zone. Bowden intercepting that pass, still has it. He'll play it around the boards. And Whittemore couldn't keep it in. It's moved up. Cormier back. Zwicker pushes through. He's in. Trying to get a shot off. And it's covered up by Gillis. Draw here in the Bombers zone. Battling for this one. Douglas gets it over. Zwicker, a shot on. And a pad save there from Sean Gillis. Face off again here. Ross trying to get it back. He'll get it to Grace. Grace playing that one up. Reed couldn't get a stick on it. He'll push for it. DeFore plays it back. Douglas trying to poke it out of the neutral. They'll battle for it. Tied up along the boards. Play back for Grace. Grace poked off that one there. Still trying to get at it. DeFore. Grace flipping that one in. Then it's gloved up there by Rogerson. Bombers will get a quick change here as well as the Gulls. The Bombers, one of the Bombers' first offensive face-offs here in a little bit, as they try and set something up to tie things once again. McDonald gets it back, but it flips off his skate and goes right in between Matitol and Cormier. Cormier flipping that one in. No icing on this play as it's tipped. McDonald gets there first, avoiding the hit there from Greenwood. He'll play it up off the boards. Matitol. Matitol. Nice move there. He'll take a shot on. And a pad save. Cormier, shot. And the rebound goes back into the slot. And now the Gulls the other way. Levy bringing this one across blue. He'll throw it on. Sticked away there. Now McDonald grabbing it. He'll flip it up. Intercepted. McDonald still trying to flip it up. As McIntosh pushing it through. Pelham poking it back into the corner. Gets it to Levy. And we'll get a hand pass call here. Fresh legs out there for both teams. As we set up just outside the Bombers zone here. Big hit there from Anderson. Grace in the corner battling for it. Taken down there. Trying to poke it away. It's into the corner. Whittemore flipping that up high and it'll hit the netting. Draw here in the Bomber zone once again. Gulls looking to set something up and extend their lead. Shots 18-15 for the Bombers. Sears there. Playing around into the slot, excuse me. Grace will pick up and go the other way. Bombers working this one in. Grace flipping it back for Miller, who gets there. Miller, a couple nice moves there. He tries to play it back in, intercepted by Cranston. Cranston poked off that one as Grace gets back. Whittemore in the corner now. Sears a shot on and he scores. What a play there from Gannon. Sears makes it 3-1 for the Gulls. With a top shelf 1T. Great play there from Gannon, the captain, getting around the back of the net. Playing it right in front there. Gulls go up 3-1. Noel in the corner. Moving that one around. Ross is there. Bowden now battling for it. Gets it up. Cormier flipping it back in. DeFore now. Moving that. Pass can't get to Douglas. Matatal moves it back in. Now Swain has Bowden with him. Over to Bowden, a shot on, and it almost flips by. He fans on that one as he looks for his second. Now we're going to get a penalty. An interference call. And it looks like it'll be against Noel. So the Bombers will head to the power play. A chance to cut the Gulls' lead in half. As they set up here. Cohen Little. Trying to win that one back, tied up at the dot. Up to Cormier. Moves it over. Anderson will pinch in for it. But Kennedy gets back. Hit off that one. Trying to get this one out. Little couldn't keep it in. Trying to get at it. Nordine. Still battling for it. Little throws it over. Henneberry picks it up. He'll play it down the length of the ice. Cormier. Back in his own zone for it. Skating this one through. Couple nice moves there. Cormier's in. He'll cut back. Into the corner. Kennedy takes off his stick. Kept it at the line. It'll flip past Anderson there as he moves it over. Cohen Little. Fans on the pass there. McDonald getting it back to Anderson. It's moved to Cormier. Cormier circling back. Lose that one. McDonald. Walking in to Little. Cohen Little. To Grace. Connor Grace playing it in for Anderson. A shot in. And it goes wide. And McDonald. Along the boards. Plays it in for Bowden. Bowden. Intercepted there as he tries to get it to Little. And now Pelham the other way. Giving up for Jollymore. Jollymore's in. Trying to hook it around Grace, and he's hit there. A big hit from Anderson. Now McDonald picking it up. Just 20 seconds left here on this Bombers power play. Moving it to Grace. Grace cutting back. McDonald didn't see the pass coming to him as Sears pokes it in. 10 seconds left on the man advantage. Whittemore. Fumbles with that one. He'll play it up. Miller's there. Miller and McIntosh. Miller hands it back for McIntosh. A shot on. And it's stopped there by Rogerson. Draw here in the Gulls zone. Shots 19-16 for the Bombers. Played back by the Gulls. As Kennedy loses his footing there, he'll still get it. Moved up. Miller intercepting. Plays it into the slot. And it's picked up there by Cranston. He'll move it to Sears. Sears going the other way. Has Cannon with them. They'll walk in. Sears trying to flip that one over. Rebound's alive. Trying to put it in. And that one will stay out. Moved around to Whittemore. He'll play it off the glass and down the ice, and we'll get a Bombers icing. Draw here in the Bombers zone. Gulls trying to set up a close chance on the last play there to make it 4-1. Kept out by Gillis. One back to Kennedy. Kennedy back in cannon, a shot over. Couldn't get it over. Now McIntosh trying to break it out here. He gets it up for Frazier. Frazier going the other way, loses that one, and Kennedy flips it up. Race along the boards. Trying to get it out, but Cranston's there. He'll play it back for Sears. Sears trying to get a shot on. Cranston picks it up. Into the slot, intercepted by McIntosh. Now McIntosh the other way. Has Swain with him. McIntosh. Nice move in. And he's taken down there. Played up to Zwicker. Zwicker working his way in, a shot on. It goes just wide. Cormier back for it. Cormier looking for an option off the backhand. Tipped in by Swain, no icing here. Rogerson playing it around. A shot on, and that one flips up just high. As Reed tried to beat Rogerson there. Douglas, Zwicker going the other way. Matatal shuts them down. Swain poking it out to the neutral. Dumped in onto Gillis there. He'll play this one. Cormier, stretch pass. Swain couldn't get the tip there. Bombers icing. Draw here in the Bombers zone. Take it down there, Ross. Cranston gets it back, but it's tipped out there. Nice play by Swain as he tries to get it. Trying to hit Kennedy off of it. Cranston's back to recover. Gets it to Sears. And it's back for Ross. Ross going the other way. Poked off that. Now Sears again. Moving it to Cranston. Back in for Sears. A shot goes just wide there. They try and play this one out. Ross out to the neutral. Couldn't get past DeVore there. It's off for Cranston. Poked away by Matatal. He'll get it off the boards. Playing it up off the glass. Indeed, Kennedy gets it over to DeVore. DeVore moving it to Pelham. Intercepted by Ross, who flips it back. Pelham's there. He'll dump it back in. Frazier back. Trying to move this one up. Anderson's there, and he'll backhand it in. Bombers will get a quick change here. Along the boards, McKinnon moving it to Pelham. Intercepted now, Anderson the other way. Trying to flip that one past. Levy getting it, moving it to Pelham. Pelham flipping that one down into the Bombers zone. Matatal moving it back. Pelham's there. Levy getting it. Intercepted. Bombers trying to flip it out. As Little gets it to Reed, who dumps it in.
Somebody go with them.
Anderson in the corner. Trying to play this one out. Gets it up to Cohen Little. Little held into the boards there. Still battling for it along the boards. Levy comes out with it. Nice pass over to McKinnon. McKinnon fans on the dump there as he gets it in on the back end now. Gillis playing that one for Grace. Stretch pass up to Miller, who gets it up for Little. A nice play there. A shot on. Rebounds alive. And it's taken out of the way there by Douglas. Now Greenwood the other way. He'll flip it in to the Bombers' end. And we'll get a call there. Here in the Gulls zone. Shots 20-20. Gulls have made their way back in that regard. Swain moving it. Whittemore tipping it in along the back of the boards. Noel's there trying to move it around. McDonald keeping it in. Hooked up there and hit off to the boards. Cormier shot on, goes wide. Flipped up into the corner. Swain flipping that one down in. No one's there. Noel will get back for it. Intercepted. Swain into the slot for McDonald, trying to get the shot off. Taken out of the way there. Whittemore playing that one in. Jollymore's there. Hit by McDonald. McDonald will get it up for Bowden. Bowden cutting in there with a shot blocked. Now McDonald in for a 1-T. A blocker save. Now Cormier trying to play it in. Swain in the slot, moves it over. Intercepted by Jollymore now. He'll take it the other way. Moving it for Douglas. Douglas trying to get around. He'll get into the corner with it. Hit there by Whittemore. Moved over Swain there. He'll try and play it out. As it's poked, McDonald trying to gain possession, gets it off the boards and back. Douglas picking it up. Douglas plays it over to Cranston. Cranston over to Sears. Sears, a shot on, and a glove save from Gillis. 2:33 left to go here as we set up in the Bombers zone. Shots 21-21. Very back and forth there. Draw here. One back by the Bombers. McDaniel moving it to Anderson. Anderson flipping that one up. Little battling for it. The Gulls hem him along the boards. Still battling for it. Flipped in. And it'll get covered up there by Rogerson. Draw here. One back, Anderson up to Cormier. Cormier to Grace. Shot on, blocked in front. Trying to play this one out. In deep, Little. A nice move there. Still battling for it. Reed. Still chopping away at it. Reed's taken down there. Now Jollymore going the other way. Kept in by Cormier at the line. Cormier cutting in. A shot on. Covered up there by Rogerson. One back by Ross, up to Grace at the line. A shot on. Pad save there. Greenwood trying to move this one out. Flipped up. Grace, another shot. Gloved up by Rogerson. With 1:23 left to go here. Gulls lead by 2. Scored a couple quick ones here in the second period. One back by McDonald, up to the line. Grace, a shot on, blocked in front there. As Douglas got that in an uncomfortable spot. He'll make his way to the bench, not feeling great. Grace moving it to McDonald. McDonald working his way in, cuts it back for Little with a shot on, blocked. Cormier pinching in for it, gets it in deep for McDonald. Now the Gulls trying to play this one out. They'll get it to the neutral. Little trying to flip it back in. Played back, Grace throws it in. Greenwood's there. Stretch pass up to Zwicker. And it's shot down there by Grace. McDonald loses a tire. He'll still flip it up high. Going after it, Little. Going Little. Toe drag there, and he's taken down. And collide with the net. We'll get a stoppage in play here. 31 seconds left to go here in the second period. And then we'll have an intermission and return for the third. What should be an exciting final period. Ross taking the draw here. Cranston will win it back. Moved around. Anderson couldn't get his stick down there. And it's flipped out to the neutral, Grace. Cutting, trying to play it up. Anderson's there. He'll move in. Along the boards, a shot on, rebound. It's McIntosh, couldn't get his stick down. Another shot goes wide. Ross racing for it, he'll throw it back into the corner. Anderson trying to get it. And that'll be the end of the second period. And a little pushing and shoving in the corner. Never hurt anybody. We'll be back here after a quick flood and an intermission with the third period. Gulls lead 3-1. This is U15 Majors on High Button Sports. And welcome back here, folks. Third period about to start between the Gulls and the Bombers. Gulls lead 3-1. As the Bombers pushing it through here, Anderson getting it around. Bowden moving up to the line. And they can't keep that one in. Now going the other way, Sears. He'll cut back, moving it over. Intercepted there. Cranston getting it. Flipped out. Little trying to push it through. Almost hit off that one as he gets it in to the goal zone, excuse me. Moving around, Bowden has the lone goal here for the Bombers as he's in the corner. Cranston coming out with it. He'll move it around. Sears trying to get there. McDaniel trying to lay the body as it's back. A big hit from Anderson. As it's around, Gillis moves it. McDaniel playing it off the boards. Picked up by Connor Grace. Anderson moving that one over. Little. He'll get it across red and bring it in to the goal zone, excuse me. Trying to push it by. Bowden, a shot on. Rebound's alive. And we'll get a stoppage in play here as Rogerson's taken down on that play. Little bit of a collision there. Little made contact with Rogerson and they went down in the net. Both are up and all right though. McDonald now. Trying to win this one back. Push through. Kennedy. Couldn't get that one. McDonald's there. Bringing it around. Gulls bringing it out now. Move to Douglas. Douglas. Taken off his stick by Cormier. Now Cormier the other way. Pushing through. Held up there. And we're going to get a penalty. And it looks like it'll be Noel going into the box once again here. And the Bombers will get an early power play as they try and cut this Gulls lead in half. One back. McDonald. Anderson to Grace. Back to Anderson. Anderson over. Cormier trying to get the 1-tee off. Fanned on that one. McDonald to Anderson, getting some pressure there. McDonald gets it up to Grace. Walking in. A shot on. And a glove save from Rogerson. Draw here again.
Gulls penalty number 12, Chase Hall. 2 minutes broken. Now that penalty 1:38, third period.
Little battling for it. Taken there by Greenwood. He'll play it out off the boards and down the length of the ice for the Gulls. Bombers breaking out here. It's Grace. Getting it to Cormier. Cormier, toe dragging. Gives it back for Grace. Grace playing it over off the boards. And that one's poked out. A little miscommunication there on who was going to pick it up. Now Levy a shot. And he scores! What a goal! Levy snipes top left as he pushes it by a short-handed marker. Gulls make it 4-1. Not the way the Bombers wanted this power play to go. They'll have to push to get that one back now. Moved in, McIntosh. He'll circle back, looking for an option here. Cleared out. Whittemore behind his net. Looking for an option. He'll play it over. Ross trying to get it off the boards. He'll poke it into the corner. Ross playing it around. Pelham's there. He'll flip it by. Whittemore dumping that one back in. Kept in. McIntosh. He'll play it around. Bowden's there. And that one is fired down the length of the ice. Just 20 seconds left on the Bombers' man advantage. Move to Ross. Ross working his way in. A shot on. Rebound's alive. And it's covered up there by Rogerson. Draw here. Gulls zone. One back by Little, and Grace couldn't get there. He'll have to skate back for it. Grace moving that one down, and it's flipped high and out of play. Draw here, just outside the Gulls zone. Gotta play this one back. Little pushing it in. He'll lose his footing. Down in deep, Kennedy trying to play this one out now. Little holding him there. Along the boards. Little still with it. Playing it back into the corner. Moving it in front, a shot on there, and that one goes wide. Trying to pad in the rebound. Swain's in there. Body's down. And Cranston will grab it. He'll go the other way with it. We're back to 5-on-5 here. And it's flipped in by Cannon. Down in deep, Sears. Hit there. And he's in some discomfort. He'll jump up. Cranston playing it back in.
Still offside. Oh my God.
Now Grace around, playing that one in for Reed, who tips it in. Moving that one on. A misplay there. He throws it onto his own net. Luckily, Rogers was prepared for it. Trying to win this one back. Bombers get it up. McIntosh in the slot. A shot on. That one goes high. Now Zwicker. Pushing through. He'll get it over to Douglas, who's shut down there. And it's covered up. Draw here in the Bombers zone. Bombers win it back. Whittemore in the corner, moving it around for Cormier. Cormier to McIntosh. Flips it to Miller. He couldn't get a stick on it. McDonald will rush in for it. Off for Miller. Miller up to the line. Kept in by Whittemore. Plays it in for McDonald behind the net in front. McIntosh a shot on. And it's saved there by Rogerson. Gulls playing this one out. Picked up there by Cormier. He'll have to take a moment. Whittemore circling, plays it in for Kennedy. Kennedy moving that one. Zwicker getting it over. Couldn't get a stick on it there. Douglas pushing through. A nice play. A shot on. And it's covered up by Sean Gillis as Douglas looks for another. Bombers out shooting the Gulls here, but they're down by 3. As Rogerson is just shutting the door on every shot. Played up to the line, Greenwood. Backhands it in. McKinnon into the slot for Levy. Up to the line, Greenwood a shot. And it's covered up there. Draw here again in the Bombers zone. One back to Greenwood. Greenwood to McKinnon. McKinnon in deep. Pelham. Up to Greenwood. Playing that one in. Now it's off for Levy. Hit off that one there, and they can't keep it in. Pushing for it, Anderson. Frazier trying to get up as well as Ross. Frazier couldn't get there as Rogerson comes out to play it. Now Anderson again, a shot. Blocked in front. Gulls trying to clear it. Anderson with a slapper. Fans on it a little bit. Goes into the corner for Pelham. Pelham moving it around. McKinnon hit off that one. Kept in by McDaniel. But it'll sneak out for Levy. Levy playing it over Pelham. He'll play it in on the backhand, and the Gulls will get a change here. Bombers moving the other way. It's Grace. Grace crossing. Grace in. A shot on. And it's covered up there. Draw here. One back by the Gulls, moving it around. Kennedy. Kennedy cutting. Moving it up to Cannon. Cannon back over as it's moved over to Cranston. Plays it in, intercepted by Cormier there. Cormier moving it back up. Gulls trying to keep it in here. Swain battling for it. Cranston keeps it in. Cormier circling, playing it off the board. Swain's taken down there, but gets it out. Little pushing for it. Little pushes it by. He's got some room. A nice move. And it stays out. What a save from Rogerson. Oh my Lord. What a save. Rogerson dives at it and keeps it out. Now the other way. Cannon flipping that one in. Gillis playing it for Cormier in the corner. Cormier playing it back around. Matatal moving down in, and that'll be a Bombers icing. With 11:52 left to go here. Draw, battling for it off the dot. Bowden's there on the boards, excuse me. He'll play it in. Jollymore playing it in front, and Douglas couldn't get the shot off there. The pass was in his skates. Now Cone Little the other way, avoiding the trip. Cutting in, Little. Route goes for the wraparound, kept out. Zwicker's there. Douglas flipping it back for DeFore. DeFore playing it off the boards, kept in by Little. He'll pick it up. Nice saucer over. Reed couldn't get a handle on it. It goes into the corner. They'll battle for it. Chopped around. DeFore's there. He'll play it up to the line. Whittemore dumping that one in. DeFore still battling. McDonald gets a couple shoves there, and he's hit off that one. McIntosh throwing it around. Jollymore moving it up. Douglas couldn't reach that one. It's down on Gillis, and he'll cover it up. Draw here in the Bombers zone. One back by the Gulls, up to the line. Noel playing it back in. Whittemore's there. He'll try and throw it out. Cranston keeping it in. Whittemore again with it. Moves it to Grace. Flipping that one over to McIntosh. McIntosh crossing blue. He'll bring it in. A shot blocked in front. It'll go high and out of play. Draw here in the Gulls zone. Bombers trying to set something up. McDonald wins it back. Grace over. McIntosh plays it in for McDonald. To lose that one as Noel pokes it. McDonald along the boards, feeding up to Grace. Grace back to McDonald. Trying to get that one to McIntosh. It'll flip over his stick. Noel's there. Flipped up high and out of play. Draw here again in the Gulls zone. Bombers desperately trying to set up here. Shots 32-25 for them. As Ross goes down off the draw shot. That one goes wide. Kennedy in the corner looking for it. Shot on by Matatol. Played around. Pelham there. Feeding it out down the length of the ice. Matatol's back for it. Plays it behind the boards. Cormier trying to get there. He'll throw it around. Cormier playing up to Frazier. Frazier, that one's poked away by Kennedy. Matatol dumping it in high. Moving that one out. Grace is back for it. And that'll be icing against the Gulls. .26 left in play here of the third period. Gulls lead by 3 as they win it back. Pelham getting it. Kennedy moving it over. Out for Noel. McDaniel intercepts. He'll take it back for Grace. Grace to Swain, who tips it in. Now Little racing for it. Kennedy holding him in the boards. Still in the corner, along the boards, and that one will sneak out. Grace moving it. McDaniel flipping that down in for Little. Little. Hand it back, Grace. Quick move there. He'll bring it across blue. Grace is in. A shot on, and a big save there. Greenwood moving it. Flipped up. Cannon trying to get past. Cannon's got some room, a shot on, and that one goes wide. Now going the other way, down back into the Gulls zone. No icing on this play. Big hit in the corner there by Bowden. Moved around, Little in the corner. Nice move there, trying to play it in front. It's intercepted. Now the other way, Sears. Crosses red, he dumps it in. Cormier. McDaniel back for Cormier. Tries to play to McIntosh, intercepted and thrown back in. Cormier. McDaniel. Playing that one in. Reed tipping it. Intercepted there by Cormier. He'll cross red and bring it in now for the Bombers. Reed throwing that one. Kennedy grabbing it. McDonald trying to steal it here. It's up for Zwicker. Plays that one down. Intercepted. Back for Zwicker. What a feed to Douglas. Douglas is in. A shot and a glove save from Sean Gillis. What a save there.
Offside by 2 feet. Unbelievable. 2 feet offside.
Draw here in the Bombers zone. They were looking for an offside there. Ref didn't see that one. DeFore trying to play back in. McKinnon, a shot blocked in front. Now Ross the other way. Trying to get past DeFore. Ross, he's in. A shot, and it goes just wide there. What a close play. Flipping it back. Miller trying to get possession here as it's stumped in. Whittemore moving that one back up. Miller trying to race for it as it's thrown back in by DeFore. Played down the length of the ice. Anderson bringing that one in. Off for Ross. Up for McDaniel. Plays it over. A shot on there. And it goes high into the netting for Connor Grace. .6:27 left to go here. Bowden pushing it through. Grace taken down there. Played back up. Grace with it again. A shot. Rebound's alive in front. Trying to poke at this one. Back out. Rebound still in front. Gulls hemming up the Bombers here. Grace picking it up. Hooked there. Now Cranston the other way. Flipping it over to Sears. Sears has some room. A shot goes high there. Grace now. Trying to play this one out. Cranston a shot. That one flips up into the netting. Draw here in the Bombers zone. Cranston taking it for the Gulls as they try and extend their lead a little bit. A little bit of cushioning on it as we head in to the final 5 minutes of this game. Bombers still pushing to come back as Little grabs it. Bringing this one out. Little walking in. A nice toe drag move there. Shut down. Rebound. Flipped around. Little throwing it back in front. Still poking at it. Body's down, and it's cleared out there by DeVore. Now Cormier. Hung up on DeVore's shoulder there. Battling forward on the board still. And now we're going to get a penalty against Frazier. Cranston the other way. Playing that one for Douglas, who was doing a little cherry picking there. Douglas walking in, a shot. And a save there from Gillis. And now we will get a Gulls power play. As Frazier heads to the box there. And the Gulls will call a timeout. So we'll take a quick breather here and we'll be back in just a moment with the final 5 minutes of the third period. And welcome back here, folks. Gulls will play half of the remaining minutes here on the power play as we line up in the Bombers' end. Cranston with it back to Noel. Noel laying it in for Cranston. Cranston trying to get a pass there, blocked. Now Cormier flipping that one the other way. Anderson working in, poked away there by Noel. Cannon's got it, and now we're going to get a penalty here. Looks like it'll be against the Gulls, maybe. It will be. Noel heading to the box once again. It's either his third or fourth time in the box this game. So now it'll be 4-on-4 for a minute 39. And then a power play of 21 seconds for the Bombers here. Push through. Back for Kennedy. Kennedy behind his net. Hanging it off for Jollymore. Moving that one around. Gulls looking for an option here. Flipped over, Anderson. A shot on. Rebounds alive for McDonald. He can't get the shot off. And that one flips wide. What an opportunity for Anderson and McDonald. The puck went in between McDonald's feet. He just couldn't get the shot off there. A little tied up. As this one's flipped down the length of the ice here. No icing on this play. Didn't make it all the way down. Grace. Picking it up. He'll cut back. Picked by Anderson there. He'll drop it back for Grace. Grace crossing red, bringing this one in. Nice move there, getting around. A shot on. And that one flies around back into the neutral zone. Little. Flipping it over to Cormier. Couldn't get the pass there initially. Gets it up to Grace. Shot on, blocked in front. Played around, McDonald trying to poke it. Gets it to Little. Little Anderson back to Little. Trying to play that one over to Cormier. It'll get flipped out. Grace is there at the line to keep it in. Cormier. Couple nice moves there. Poked away by Cannon. And he'll hold it. Sears trying to get it by. Kept in by Grace. He'll play it in for McDonald. McDonald, shot on. And that one stays out. It's up for Cormier. Bombers on a power play. Blocked in front by Cannon. Little. Plays it in front. Shot on. Blocked in front once again. Grace. Poking at this one. Nice move there. Grace walking into the slot. Blocked in front. Sears will play it out. Down the length of the ice. No icing on this play. Now it's played up. Anderson. Handing it back. Turned over. Anderson recovers. Throws up in the neutral. Jollymore getting it. Hit off that one there. As the Bombers have an empty net here. They'll send Gillis back out for this draw. Bombers have come back from a few games this season. In the late minutes, scoring a couple to tie it up. They're going to see if they can do it here. 3 to tie it up. One back by the Gulls. Bowden trying to push it by. Battling along the boards. Sorry about that. Now battling for it. As that one's thrown down the length of the ice there. Zwicker battling for it, trying to get it off. Out of the corner there. It's moved around. Grace. Skating this one through, flipping it over. McIntosh. McIntosh trying to get by to 4. Shut down there. Ross will have to take it back. 1:30 left to go here. Grace poked away. Zwicker, a shot on. And he'll throw it in the empty net, making it 5-1 for the Gulls.
Gulls penalty number 12, Chase. No. 2 minutes for cross-check. Penalty 15-27, third period.
So we'll line up at center here. Gulls put the dagger in the Bombers' coffin. They're now down by 4 with 1:20 left to go. They flip this one down the ice, excuse me. Kennedy back behind his net, moving that one up. Flipped out, Frazier intercepting that. He'll throw that into the Gulls zone. Moved around, Kennedy behind his net. Looking for an option, moves it up. Flip through, Miller intercepting that one and getting it out. Not for long. Nordine cutting in there. He'll play it back into the Bombers' end. Under a minute left to go here. Played down, Swain tipping out to the neutral, kept in by DeFore. Matatol skating by, he'll dump it into the Gulls' end. Both teams will get some fresh legs. Trying to move this one out. Levy Flipping it. Anderson's there. He'll get it back for McDaniel. McDaniel to Bowden. McDonald going the other way now. A nice move in. A shot on, and he couldn't get the shot off, excuse me, after a nice move. We're down under 10 seconds. A shot, and that one goes high and around. And that will be the end of the game here. Gulls take the win. And some stuff going on here at center ice, of course. They'll break that up. Gulls take the win 5-1. Shots 39-27 for the Bombers. And that'll be it here, folks. Thank you for tuning in to U15 Majors and High Button Sports.